Hey YouTube guys, this is CroppedCorners. I'm back after a very long hiatus. This first video is going to be based on what do I bring to cons when I go. I'm an avid con attender. I usually go to Comic-Con. I've been going the last 4 years in a row, thankfully. I go to WonderCon, and now I will be going to AnimeCon in San Jose this upcoming weekend, 22nd of May. So, with that being said, I wanted to kind of give you guys a breakdown on what I bring to my bag, to the Comic-Cons. This will all vary depending on what type of Comic-Con goer or con goer you are. If you go to Comic-Cons, you'll have different stuff in this bag. If you go to anime cons, you'll have different stuff. If you go to like a Disney fan con, it'll be all different. So, and it also will be based on why you go to the con. If you go to a Comic-Con for the comics, okay, your bag's gonna be different. If you go to a Comic-Con for the art, you're gonna bring other stuff. If you go to Comic-Con solely because you want to see famous people, you'll bring other stuff. So, if you bring anything at all. So, that's basically, this is my bag. This is what I bring because usually when I go to a Comic-Con, I go for the comics. And I've never been to an anime con, so I'm super excited and stoked to go to this anime con. So this is what I bring to Comic-Con. First, let's explain something that I use solely based on comfort. This is a Wolverine bag. I got it at Ross. It's pretty cool. It has 3 pockets, a small little pocket, medium pocket, and then a main pocket. And I think it's insulated. Yeah, so if you can see, it's insulated, so you can probably pack a lunch, which is pretty cool. A lot of times food at cons aren't really that good. Unless you're going to WonderCon, they have some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, so this is my Wolverine bag. And the reason why I bring it, I'll show you now. It's also a chair. You can sit on this top right here. It's pretty sturdy, it holds me up, and I'm not the skinniest person in the world. You can sit on there because a lot of times there's people sitting on the floor, sitting against walls, and security gets mad, and they're a pain in the butt when they're mad, let me tell you that. So I get this little chair. I got it at Ross for like 12 bucks. So if you go to Ross and you check out, usually in the men's section, they always have the cool stuff. Check out that section. They'll have something super cheap. If not, I think you can get this online for 30 bucks, but I'm not 100% sure. And it folds up like that. It's pretty cool. You can hold it from here. You can hold it like this. You can hold it from there. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I think that it's very handy and versatile, so I suggest you grab one of those. If you're going to a con, if you're a line person, for some reason I always find myself in lines, so I get this. It's taken me about 4 to 5 years to pick up on the fact that these exist. So that's something that I don't have to bring to a con, but I do just for comfort. And something to take in mind is if you bring that, it's another thing to carry. So here's my main bag. This is the bag that I bring to the cons. So this is what I bring in my bag. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a Gur bag. I love Gur. So yeah. So the first thing that I got in this front pouch are these bad boys. Yeah, they're green and pink, I know, but pretend that they're gold, black, and silver. I use these especially for autographs. I always keep them in the front pouch because that's the easiest access point of this bag, and I don't have to rummage in the bottom of the bag when there's issues. So I always keep some of these in there. They're very important. They're my Sharpies. I make sure every year that I get brand new ones so I don't have the problem of them drying out. Sorry guys, I have my posters behind because I kind of wanted it to be more interesting than the wood. My Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy posters. Okay, so back to the video. here's the bag. It's very sturdy. I make sure it's sturdy, and the cool thing about this bag is it has a huge zipper. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so I can hear definitely, like, look at how loud it is. I can hear if someone's trying to open it. I used to bring a black JanSport bag and something like this. And I used to grab the two zippers and lock them because I'm always afraid of pickpocketers, because con has gotten so huge and such a moneymaker to people that they get extremely desperate. So I used to lock my bag, but now that I have this one, I can't lock it, and there's really no need to because it's so hard to open it. Like, I always have trouble opening it, like even right now. So, I mean, there's no use. This is what's in my bag. Bag's empty, you can see. Okay, so I'm going to start with importance just because I don't want to get lost in the awesomeness and then forget what I'm talking about, because I do that a lot. So here is my designated folder. I have a new one every year just because I get bored a lot. So this is just a regular folder that I got from Walmart for 25 cents. It was in the clearance section. So you can find something like that, like super simple folder. And I designate this folder solely to important papers. And by important, I mean my Comic-Con tickets, my registration info, my birth certificate, I don't know, whatever I bring there, because once you're there, it's so hectic sometimes. It's easy to forget, oh, where did I put my registration papers? Oh, where's this? Where's that? Where's my ID? Blah, blah, blah. So I keep everything in this folder. I usually make sure it's something different, like a different color in my bag or something, so I don't lose it. And if I go to a con more than one day, I'll bring it anyways with all my registration info, because you never know what can happen. And I'm cautious, and I have to be cautious about everything. And so I make sure that I bring this every single day. And sometimes it gets to be a pain, but I don't care, because I'd rather have all my registration info in case someone asks me for it than nothing and then possibly have a problem. I'll be in jail because someone tries to kick me out of a con. Okay, second thing that's important, I have one of these. It's a comic book star folio. You can get one on eBay. I think they're like $5 or something, $5, $10. I don't know. I bought this so long ago, but this thing is a lifesaver. I love it so much. It's really cool because there's a little sleeve right here. You can take stuff out and put it back in. But I wanted to keep this for you guys just in case you wanted to look for it. It's called a Comic Book Star Folio. It's a 1.5 inch. I think that they may have bigger or smaller ones. I haven't looked for one of these in so long just because I have this one. And I think it can hold up to 20 comics. I believe 20 unsleeved comics. I'm not sure. Again, you should do your research on it because I don't want to give you guys the wrong info. But this thing is so cool. It has a little Velcro, so it's awesome, like, if they're planted down properly. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. But yeah, you guys get the point. It is supposed to keep your comics safe. And if it's in a backpack, I'm pretty sure it's not going to unravel like that. But these are made of cardboard. They have, like, a pretty cool, like, shiny paper. Oh, here's the, if you guys can see. Probably not, but I'll post a link down below in my description. So yeah, so it keeps your comics safe. I usually go to cons with comics sometimes because lines suck and I like to read comics, and sometimes you get bored. If you're going with a party and they're feeling like they're tired and you need to sit down with them, then this would be a good time to pull out a comic and read it. I mean, you're already there. You might find someone who sees your comic that you're reading. You're like, oh my gosh, I read that comic too. I love it, blah, blah, blah. You might start a new friend. Whatever the case may be, you need to get one of these because it'll keep your comic safe. So, as you can see, I have a couple comics already in here. Even on the off season when I'm not going to cons, I still will take this with me to my local comic book store when I pick up my comics, and I will I will bring it so that I can store the comics that I buy there. So as you can see, I have a few of them that are not sleeved, which I hate. Like, my biggest pet peeve are comics that aren't sleeved. But I have so many multiples of these that it doesn't matter. I just wanted to show you guys for the sake of the video that you can put unsleeved comics in here. I have one of my old Bart Simpson comics that I got from Comics and Stuff here in San Diego. It's bagged and boarded, as you can see. Standard bag and board, and that also fits in there with some room to jiggle. And that's also why I put them in bags and boards, because it jiggles around in there, and when it jiggles like that, if you hear it, that's gonna mess up your comic. And I don't like it when my comics are messed up, because I'm weird like that. And what if I want to send it to the CGC? You never know. So yeah, so speaking of keeping your comics safe, I like to keep some extra bag and board. I usually tape them so they're not like all jacked up in my backpack. So I keep a couple of these. Sometimes I'll bring like 4 or 5, because you never know what comics you're gonna pick up at the con. Usually I'll buy a comic book, put it in a sleeve, put it in my comic book portfolio. So I'll bring those. These are pretty cool. You can pick them up at your local comic book store, or you can buy them online. I think you can get, I don't know exactly the price, but they're pretty cheap. Or if you go to a comic book store that already bags and boards your comics, like Comics and Stuff here in San Diego, then you can always find crappy comics that you didn't really love and then use the bag and board for there. Desperate times call for desperate measures, aka getting ready the night before con. Everything's closed and you forgot to get bags and boards. Do that. I promise you, you will not regret it. Second thing is I get these pro sleeves. It's like a plastic. They have like a little seam right here on the edge, so it's cool. Like, your comics won't get cut if like a zipper gets caught. I don't know. I always think of these like outrageous scenarios that can happen. I wake up in the night sweating because something went wrong with my comic, like I zipped it up in my backpack or something really crazy. So get these. They're pretty cool. If you have a comic, like let's pretend there's a comic in this sleeve and bag. You just put them in here. And they're pretty safe. Like, unless you really are trying to ruin the comic, you can't really ruin it with this. And it's awesome. I keep 4 in my bag. You never know what true comic you're going to pick up that you love, because they're always doing awesome covers. And like the Secret Agent Poyo, they're down with the foil, so you don't want to mess with that foil. Get one of those. It's a pro tip. Now, this is what I want to talk about. If you're going to a con to get something signed, if you already have a book, your artist or a writer is going to be there, whatever, your favorite person in the whole wide world is going to be there, and you're going to stand in that line forever to get that signature, and you want to keep your stuff safe, this is how you do it. And I can do a tutorial video exactly how you do it, but I'll give you like a little lowdown right now. So first I take my comic, I choose one of my fave comics, because you don't want to go up there with 900 comics and irritate the artist, so, or the writer. So I have my comic right here in a regular bag and board. What I did was I took a razor, and without the comic in it, of course, because you don't want to accidentally razor your comic, I made a little window. It's just like the windows that you send to the Signature Series people, the NY Comics people, I believe. So you just make a window, just as so, like this, okay? I put Scotch tape or masking tape around the border so that the plastic doesn't rip at all. And so it creates a little window, and you always put it where you want your artist to sign. So if I wanted the artist to sign right here in the little coins, I would make the window just in the coins. Or if I didn't really care and I just wanted him to sign wherever he wanted to, then you just make a big giant box for him to sign. But always remember that this keeps your comic safe, and it allows the artist to sign it, and you don't have to take it out, and the horror cannot happen of something crazy and your comic be ruined. So after I make that window bag, I get a second bag so that it keeps the open exposed spot in the window secure. And so here's the second bag that I put over, and as you can see, it's pretty cool. You can't really touch the part that's open in the window. No fingerprints, no oils, nothing. Then I put them in this second sleeve, the Ultra Pro sleeve, and there you go. Your comic's ready to be on its adventure at the con. And so lastly, I keep extra window bag and boards in my book or in my backpack, because you never know what new comic book the artist or writer that you're going to see is going to have there. And of course you're going to want to get it. I mean, why else are you there? You grab the book, oh my gosh, they're sitting right there, let me have them sign it, if they're okay with it, of course, and they're not eating. Then you go, have them sign it, but you can bag and board it right then and there. And it's so easy. You just keep a couple of these on hand, and there you go. You're golden. You're a golden child. So yeah, so that's what I keep in my bag. It's pretty simple because you have to also take into consideration that you can get a lot of crap there. A lot of comics, a lot of art stuff, a lot of books, a lot of free stuff, a lot of cards, a lot of art, blah blah blah. Whatever you're going there for, you're going to get a lot of it. So that's what I bring to Comic-Con. Oh yeah, so if you also like to collect posters like I do too, you're going to want to get a telescoping document tube, something or rather. What you do, it's basically like this, but huge, and it has like a little strap so that you can wield it around like a sword. It's really cool. You can keep all the art that you get there. You can keep posters, you can roll up anything, pens, anything you want, you can keep in there, and it can go on your back, so it's super easy. So yeah, so this is what I bring to a con. If you guys bring anything different, or you think that I missed something out, please leave a comment below, because I'm always trying to find ways to keep my Comic Con or Art Con or Anime Con experience less stressful and without a lot of baggage. So if you have any ideas for me, please let me know, and I will actually try them out this con season. Especially right now, I'm going to be going to FanmaCon. Woo woo, so excited about that. And I'll try to do a vlog for you guys. That would be cool, especially because I haven't been here in a while, and it'll be cool to kind of like relaunch my YouTube channel. So yeah, so if you have any suggestions of what I should bring in my bag, or what you think I left out, or if you found something new that you think you're going to bring in your bag when you go to your con, make a comment below. We might make friends, we might have things in common, you might teach us something, it'll be pretty cool. I'm going to be doing some giveaways, so if you could also include maybe your favorite comic, so that we can get some sort of community and see what you guys like to read, and maybe that'll be included in some of the giveaways. That would be awesome. Last thing also is I wanted to do like a trade back Thursday or a trade back Tuesday, not quite sure what day yet, depending on my school, where I read a trade from way back when, throwback status, and I do a review and I tell you guys what I think about it. So if you guys have any suggestions on that, please also include that in your comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. That always helps me out, and that shows me that you guys are watching and that I should still post on this channel. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the absence. I will be here more often, I promise. Until next time, be awesome.